How's everyone doing? So in this video, I'm going to be working on the upper section right below the pad on the corner next to the stream. It's a little parking area that I'm working on, and I'm going to be finishing the grading on that. So check that out. Also check out the outside view footage on that. I'll make a separate video with that. This is going to be inside the cab footage on this one. So enjoy the action. I'm gonna clean up this section over here, right next to the stream on the top corner. I gotta pack all this material up into this side here. So we're gonna show you guys. It's going pretty good. I mean, I'm almost done with the flat pad or the parking area on this side. I'm going to show you guys if you can see. Let's stick out of the way. So now it's tapered back how I want it. So I'm just going to leave it like that for now. I'll clean it up at the end as I work my way down. I still got to go up and down a couple times up there. So I'm not going to finish it completely, but I got it pretty good. Actually, let me grab these boulders since on this side. So that came out pretty nice. Got the shape I wanted. As I work my way down, I'll pack this slope here along the road here. And I'm going to take some of this material from down there and even it out here. Ended up going down the side here once, and I had some material removed, so I gotta put it all back. Yes, I'll just stick this stuff down here. I mean, it's kind of, it would be nice if I could get this packed in a little higher. Yeah, get it on this side. I want to drop it into the stream though. This would be nice to be able to keep this area clear so we can have a little more parking down here. And I can get to this side of the stream. No, shoot. Oh well. I'll grab it when I move all this stuff. So there's a couple more boulders I gotta grab on this side. See if I can reach it here. Yep. For now, and then when I get up there I can pack it in tight. here. Just want to get them out of the way. Even if it sticks out of the hill a little bit, that's fine. Not a big deal. So get the rest of these. So take some of this and taper this off. I gotta do the same thing to this side, is dig out the back side, build out the front. Just clean up this stuff here. Get most of this from the top. I just want to make sure everything's close enough and cleaned up at the bottom, so I don't really have to mess with the bottom anymore. So this should go right in here. There we go. Like a puzzle. So that'll pack for the top. Should be able to reach all that. Top dress it a little bit, and I have some material up there that I can toss over, pretty sure. And then actually I got a little more material to work with in the corner up there, so that's fine. I can dump some of that from the top down. So the drainage is super tricky over here. So you can see got, you know, these two pads, roads going up to both of them, this pad down here, and then I got this pad that I'm on, and then the road coming up to the side here. So the drainage is, you know, all this down here, I want it to drain off to the side here and out, and just off the edge right there into the stream. So I'm gonna have to cut a drainage ditch in here and go right to the stream there, and then, you know, get the front side higher than the back, and then that pad's going to drain out. This pad's going to drain out that way. The water from the road, you know, here should drain out this section, and then this road is perfect. It goes right to the stream, so that works out good. So that's the drainage on this section. It's complicated, but pretty easy. I mean, you understand drainage, it's fairly easy. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. Some guys, you know, well, a lot of guys doing excavation work would be like, you know, just mind boggled by it and don't know what to do. They'd be so confused. They'd have to like have an engineer come up with a solution. It's like, come on guys, you know, you're dealing with water that goes downhill. You look at it, give it a pathway, you know, that is desired, which is always run the ditch on the back of the pad. When you're on a hill like this, it's going to be on the back side. So that's kind of the only way you can put a ditch in. I mean, you don't want it to go out the front, you don't want it in the middle, so it's got to go in the back. So, and you want the pad to taper back because you want to slow the water down. If you're getting water coming from high up, you're creating this bench that slows the water down and shoots it off to the side. So you're diverting it off the sides and keeping it from getting momentum going straight down. So that's the goal. that's the other goal of making a drainage ditch and doing it like this and shooting it off the sides, is you're slowing the water down. So, that's one of the biggest things you have to do, is slow the water down, especially on my property. I got a property that's 1,000 feet long. It's a spaghetti lot here. It's 220 feet wide and 1,000 feet long. And this is the high point, and it goes down the whole way. So I need to slow that water down, before it gets to the bottom. So I need to shoot it out the sides, and that's what I'm doing here. And I'm lucky it actually has a stream that I can use. It's basically a natural drainage ditch that was here already, so I'm going to use it to my advantage and drain everything into the stream. So that's really nice that I have this. If I didn't, then I would have to create something or figure out where I'm going to get all this water to go, because I don't want to shoot it out to the neighbor's property when he's not expecting it. I mean, this stream's been here forever, so it's got a pathway. So that's good. I mean, it's not going to affect my neighbors or anyone else around these. So it's pretty awesome to have that, actually. I like it. Some people may see it as a disadvantage in having a stream on your property, but up here where it floods, it's actually an advantage. I build this corner up a little bit. Got a couple stumps here. I knew I had some brush. These stumps are fine. I'm going to toss all that on top of those rocks there. It's not going to be a big deal. I'll just put this brush here on top of that. That's fine. Structurally, it ain't gonna do anything. It'll just turn into dirt and be what it is. I'm not moving that all the way down. This can go too. Pretty quick. Alright, let me get to the edge here. And cut this down a little bit so it drains out here. I'm actually going to use this just to top dress this side. Out too much where the stream's gonna shoot off to the side here when it's raging. Just want to make sure it just drains into it. Should be fine. I gotta get that boulder out of there. pretty good. I'll pack this ditch in. Nice day today. That's good. I mean, it got pretty dang hot for a little bit. Nice, a little better there. I'm in a crazy spot right now. While I'm here. So this is where a tilting bucket would come in a little handy. I can't, this section here, I can't really pack it that well. I can only get it with the corner of the bucket, and it's just leaving little divots in the hillside there. So, kind of annoying sometimes, but it is what it is. Take this corner out a little bit. It's too pointed, it's not shaped right. Let's see here. Just want to make sure I'm done with this. Go forward. Kind of in the ditch here. There we go. Alright, now I can kind of shape this a little bit more. So I got the shape of the end right there. Just gonna build up the edge. Try not to dig up any chunky rocks here. GoPro's still going. Some good footage there. Really close. Really close to the work I'm doing, which is nice. I mean, this is kind of a funky little corner here, but it is what it is. I mean, it's got to be here, and it's just a little more area to park. So I'll bring this material back. tighten here. Grab some of this out of the way. By now, if you watch my other videos, maybe you'll have a little confidence in what I'm doing. I mean, I'm not a talker, you know. I mean, I talk on these videos, but what I mean by that, I'm not all talk and no action. I mean, when I say I can do something, I can do it. So I'm not just making shit up or trying to claim I can do stuff or claim that I'm pretty good at this and do that. No, I'll show you guys. I'm not, you know, again, I'm not the best at anything in the world, but I'm pretty good at what I'm doing right now. So that's all I gotta say. And I mean, you can see how complicated it is where I'm at, and not a lot of operators will be able to do this kind of work. They would kind of get overwhelmed with the complexity of what I'm doing. So I think I got pretty good at doing excavation work for the amount of years of experience that I have. So, I mean, I'm pretty excited about it. You know, I'm not saying I'm the best, baddest operator in the world. I'm just saying I'm pretty good at it and I'm gonna run with it. So, and that's why I want to start a business doing this, is because I'm really good at it. And especially working in the areas that we have around here, it's really complicated. So, I don't know. I mean, I just tried it. I didn't know how well I was going to be able to do it. And once I started doing it, I was like, dang, I can actually do a pretty good job. So, I'm excited about it. And I just want you guys to know that, you know, I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing and not just like talk about it. Not just be like, oh yeah, I can do that better than these guys or whatever. No, I'm just gonna show you guys what I can do, and I don't know what everyone else does. I mean, I can see from a lot of the work around here what the majority of guys are doing, but I don't know what the other good guys are doing. I mean, how they work or anything. I mean, they're not taking video and showing everybody, so it's hard to say, you know. I mean, am I that good compared to most guys? I mean, I think so. But is there a lot of guys better than me? Definitely. Tons. But again, I mean, you can see how complicated this is and that I'm actually getting it done. You know, I'm not just like, oh, I'm going to do this and do that and then I can't do it. You know, and I'm doing it right too. So you see, I mean, you'll see when I'm done, you can kind of get the picture here of what I did. I just roughed it in today, and it actually looks pretty good. I mean, most guys will smooth that out for another like a couple minutes and call it good. I'm gonna go beyond that. You know, I want it freaking perfect. So, and I'm gonna get up there and pack that hill and pack all this really nice and shape it really well. So, I'm kind of picky with work I do. So I think it's a good thing in this industry to be picky, because my work's gonna come out really good compared to a lot of guys. The guys that aren't that picky, their detail work is not gonna look that great. And a lot of, you know, operators don't do very good detail work. So, I don't know. I mean, and I'll get better for sure. I mean, again, I don't have a ton of experience with different machines or, you know, doing a bunch of different types of excavation, but really good at working the types of properties around here in Kona on the Big Island. So, you know, I'm happy because this is my hometown, and I think I got good at it because I understand the property around here. And, you know, the drainage and the shape and the material that I'm working with. I've been around it all my life, so I really understand what I need to do to work with it and, you know, get it to work right on people's property. So I don't know, I'm excited about it, and I'm excited to show you guys what I'm going to be doing. And there's going to be some cool stuff and some custom, a lot of custom stuff going on here. I mean, the work I want to do is kind of like this. I mean, this property is so custom. I mean, everything's just, you can't, I mean, an engineer would charge so much money to come up here and figure this out. So, you know, you don't need that. A good operator is going to do it right. So, you know, that's where, like, a lot of people I talk to, they're like, oh, well, you should just hire an engineer to draw out the plans for you and show you what you need to do. I'm like, really? Like, why would I need to do that? You know, what is the engineer going to tell me? Water goes downhill? I mean, come on. You know, it's like, I understand what, you know, the slope, you know, what I can do. The maximum slope I can use is a 2-to-1. That's pretty much one of the biggest things I need to know when I'm working with slopes. How to pack it, that's easy. You know, how to work the material and what, you know, how to layer it. I mean, pretty basic concept. So I don't need no engineer to tell me how to do it. But a lot of guys do, and they need to work off a plan to figure it out. So I have an advantage, you know, if I do work for someone, they don't need an engineer. I mean, I know an engineer. It's actually a friend of my wife's, actually my wife's sister. He's a local guy here that's a civil engineer, and I'm going to use him for any work that the county requires an engineer for the work they do or whatnot, or if the owners want an engineer for some reason, whatever. Then I'll use him, and he's just basically going to tell me what I already know. So, which is fine, whatever. I mean, if that's how you got to do it, that's how you got to do it. I'm not paying for that, so it's just extra cost for the homeowner, which, you know, hopefully they can just avoid. But I will use him because he's a family friend, so I'll give him the business when I need to do it, or when the homeowner needs to do it. So, I mean, sometimes, I mean, I'm not saying the guy I know that's an engineer does this kind of stuff, but a lot of times the county wants weird stuff going on. Like, they want a dry well here, a dry well there, like 20 dry wells on the property all over the place. It's like, really? I mean, I don't know. The whole dry well thing, that stuff doesn't really handle a lot of water. I mean, up here, it doesn't. You know, you can dig a, you know, 12-foot by 10 feet wide dry well and backfill it with a bunch of rock, and, you know, when it floods up here, that thing's going to fill up within a couple minutes. So it's kind of a joke when they make you put these dry wells in. It's like, really? You obviously don't understand how much water we got up here. It's like, a dry well is, I think it's pretty stupid. I mean, you only do it in a spot where you can't get a drainage ditch, you know, out to shoot it to the sides. I mean, dry wells are not, I mean, they're just going to fill up within a couple minutes, and it's going to overflow and then continue on. I mean, again, it floods major up here. I mean, we'll get like 6 to 10 inches of rain in a day, and we'll get like 2 or 3 days like that in a row. So, you know, those dry wells aren't going to do shit. I mean, they're going to have to be massive to work. I mean, I'm talking like, you know, 15, 20 feet down at least, and you're going to have to hit like a lava tube or something for it to continue to drain, you know, all that water. So I know I've dug a couple of dry wells up here, and they didn't, you know, I dug some big ones, and one even hit a water or a lava tube, and it drains, a lot of water goes into that. And when we had that major flood, that thing overflowed. It couldn't handle all the water. It was taking the water but it was so much water coming in at once that the water just bypassed it. I mean, it couldn't take it, and it was like, I did a huge French drain. I want to show you guys a massive French drain, about 5 feet wide and 5 feet deep, about 30 feet long, that's on the side of it, and it drains into the hole, which is, I mean, it's pretty deep, and it's about 10 feet wide, and it goes to a pretty big lava tube, and it drains. I mean, it'll take water for days, but it only can take so much at one time. So that's the thing. These dry wells, you know, they got to be massive up here to work right, or you got to have a ton of them. And I mean, it's just not, I don't know, the county just doesn't care about the homeowner paying for it. They'll just be like, okay, well, put a bunch of dry wells everywhere and ruin your property, because now you have a yard with 10 dry wells all over it, and it just looks like, I don't know, like bombs were dropped. You know, it just looks like crap. So it's not the right way to do it. It really isn't. So that's kind of frustrating. I'll check this camera, see if it's still going. I don't think it is. So the battery was still on, that was good. Got some good footage out there. It was at 1%, so I'm just gonna turn this off and retire this one for the day. Got my little GoPro carrier here. It's made out of a Pelican case that I had. It holds 2 GoPros and a couple batteries. Pretty nice. Pretty good setup. There was some foam in there from an old pistol case that I had. This is a little handy tripod. Nice to hold and take some walk around footage with that. Stick that in my pocket for now. Alright, so let's just finish this off real quick, and then I think I'm gonna move up to the pad up here. So I'm gonna end this video, and then I'll start when I get up to the upper section. Talk to you guys soon. Alright guys, so that's it for this episode of Inside the Cab. Please check out the outside the cab footage on that. I got a separate video on that, me working this section. So I will talk to you guys in the next one. Take it easy.